Can I open my eyes now? Do I even want to open my eyes?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh. What the?
Oh my god. You're going to regret this when you take his batteries out and then this doesn't stop.
Cute. Martha, he's cute. And he looks like Donald Trump.
He does look like Trump a little bit. I'm sorry, but he does.
Here, tickle him.
Oh my god.
Can we start this?
Aw. Oh, it's purring at me. Hi. Oh. So much for your prank. Say hi, Uncle Swampy. Welcome back to UnKind TV, everybody. We're George and Martha.
Hello.
And today we are recapping The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 14, Episode 14, Best Frenemies Forever.
I have to say, Martha, I am actually kind of excited for this episode.
I'm over it, but
I'm
you know
over
what?
it, but I'm excited for this particular episode because I think
It caused a lot of problems. Tamara's been all over Instagram slamming Kelly, saying that they're bringing the receipts, they're filming the reunion right now. We gave you bad information. We said that they were filming the reunion a while ago. That was because Dr. Deb had said that. So just, yeah, don't believe anything out of that woman's mouth. Lesson learned. They're doing it now. And Tamara said something about Kelly's the only one with a 3-page long rap sheet. So I think Tamara and Kelly, Kelly and Vicky, they're all going at it. And this is where it started. Tamara and Shannon are in the car. It is the next day after Vicky's birthday festivities. And Shannon says, I would be really upset. You know, if Kelly said that about me, I would be crying just like Vicky. And then Tamara starts defending Kelly and says, well, you know, being called a coke addict and saying, you know, guys pulled a train on you. I mean, those are harsh accusations. Well, yes, Tamara, they are. And that's why you shouldn't have spread them. Like Vicky's henchwoman. I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
And Shannon says that. Shannon is like, Tamara's frustrating me. She's doing this with Kelly Dodd. Yeah, she is. It's all games.
I don't have anything to say.
It's all games.
It is.
Tamara stirs the pot and then goes, I don't know why everyone's ganging up on Kelly. Well, then why did you repeat the funeral thing? And why did you clarify if it was really an accident, which we all know it wasn't. Oops. If it was truly a slip of the tongue, and I agree, Kelly's been calling her a snake all over the place. She is a snake.
She's the biggest snake.
Oops. Then why didn't you say, oh, no, Vicky, the way that that's coming across is all wrong. It was a joke in really poor taste, but it was truly a joke. She did not mean she wants you to die.
And they're not the best of friends to begin with. It's not, you know, if Shannon or Tamara said it, maybe it would be a little bit more upsetting, but come on, really?
Yeah, and, you know, Shannon says, like, Kelly gets a pass for everything. It's always, this is how Kelly is. We're with Kelly Dodd. And Kelly is trying to feed her dog. It's a geriatric dog. She wants to give her some vegetable soup because that's what she had when she was sick. And Julie's like, you can't feed the dog that, Mom. They're not supposed to have people food. She's like, I have to give her medicine so she doesn't die. What a way to talk about the dog to your daughter. I mean,
kind of get it.
But Jolie is right.
No, Jolie is right, but I know, like, the whole, you know, you get
Kelly
neurotic about
think.
your animals.
It's just making me laugh how Kelly is so adamant that the vegetable soup is good for the geriatric dog.
I know.
But it has things that can make the dog worse. And she's like, it's a lot of work taking care of this dog. Now I know how Steve feels taking care of Vicky.
That was good. That was so good. And I really like Kelly's hair. I think she looks really good.
She looked like a guest model in this scene.
And you know what? I like Kelly. I think she's flawed. I think she's totally screwed up. And she owns it. And there's substance there. And thank God for Kelly Dodd.
Yeah, but I don't like that. I mean, I like her too. But I wish she wasn't telling Jolie You think it's bad I didn't go to Vicky's birthday?
I know, but...
And then Julie's like, I don't think you know. Why would you go to someone's birthday if you don't like them? And then she talks about a friend that she has. It should be the other way around, where Jolie's telling her mom she doesn't like a particular friend. And she's like, well, I have a friend. No, Jolie's the one giving her an example. Yeah. And then Kelly goes, you should call her Monday. What? Nobody likes a Monday.
Your jokes are old, so dated. What did she say?
You ran out of material like 4 years ago. That did make me laugh, though. It's one of those things that's so dumb that it makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Tamara and Shannon are preparing for battle. They're like going over the game plan. What are you going to say? I'm just going to tell her it's not a good look. You think she's going to be upset? I think she's going to flip out.
I'm embarrassed for Tamara. Just her response. There's just... Shannon's okay, but there's just Tamara... She's done. I don't think she's coming back.
I mean, they're like George Washington crossing the Delaware. It's ridiculous.
In an SUV.
Yeah. So what are you going to say? Okay. So, we shall invade them on Christmas.
So noble.
So I was so mad. One thing led to another, and I slept with him. The therapist is like, are you feeling good about that? I don't know, like, it's complicated.
Do you think this is also the therapist they see together?
It is. They talked about it.
I missed that. The
crystals.
The crystals were distracting me.
Gina's hair was distracting me.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And Gina's tan.
And the talking heads.
No, and in the scene.
Oh, I didn't even see it in the scene.
The rest of her's dark and her face is white. What is with these ladies? Get a good tan salon, whatever. The therapist does not seem too thrilled about Gina's choices, but she's trying not to make her feel too guilty. And Gina says some alarming things. She's talking about how she's worried about the impact on the kids. And the therapist says, well, divorce doesn't have to hurt the kids. It's all about how the parents behave. And I think you're seeing that with Sienna and the sensory issues.
I mean, that.
We thought that, but we didn't want to come right out and say it because I feel bad. Like, you never want to blame people if the kid's having an issue.
You didn't say that? I thought you did say that in the last recap.
Not as outright.
Oh, okay.
I did think it though. Like, yeah. They show a flashback. They didn't show us this last episode, but like the lady was the therapist was explaining, the child therapist was explaining that the child can have something called a sensory meltdown, where there's just so much input.
Yeah.
Like violence in the home.
Yeah.
And then Gina's like, I feel bad because, like, I'm going away. And I told Matt, like, yeah, I'm going to Palm Springs, but, like, I'm going on a date and I don't know what to tell him. I don't want to lie. And the therapist is like, well, you don't want to be lied to, so you don't need to lie. And Gina's like, well, like Matt runs high, like he always says, like, I'm going to give you trouble if you're, like, with the guy. I have never seen so many red flags.
And the therapist just seems so...
Well, what is she going to do? Gina's the type who responds better to that than, like...
I know, but it just looks bad. If you're going to be a therapist that allows herself to be filmed, I would not want to come off that way.
I think I'd be a little bit more adamant, because right now, this is reminding me of Jones Beach when there's, like, a really bad riptide.
Yeah.
Red flag. Do not go in the water. Your own peril. No lifeguard on duty, because even the lifeguard is not crazy enough to jump in this ocean right now. That's what I see.
Yeah.
The kids are reacting. One of them is putting his hands on Gina. The other one has the sensory problems. I'm afraid to tell Matt anything because, he runs hot like a car engine. He might go crazy.
And apologies if I seem disinterested or whatever, but Blanket is not behaving. And I'm very distracted. Hey, Tamara. You're awful.
I don't even have the words.
You're horrible.
Okay.
Horrible.
Let's just to refresh everyone's memory. At the whole Marie Antoinette Tea Party thing, on the way there, Tamara told Vicky and Shannon that Kelly got into a bar fight. Later that day, everyone's at the table, and Shannon blurts out, because Emily had seen something about an Instagram breakup with Dr. Brian. Shannon breaks out, "What was that about the bar fight?" And Bronwyn jumps in, trying to downplay it. She's like, no, that's not what happened.
She was sticking up for Kelly.
She totally stood up for Kelly.
She even said during that party that she has a hard time throwing Kelly under the bus because Kelly has been there for her and has been a decent person.
She
in
100%.
Her life. She actually said something like that.
Yes, she had Kelly's back through that entire thing. 100%. And the story she told was one in which Kelly came across very normal. She said they were not getting along. They decided to leave so that they wouldn't fight in front of Dr. Brian's son. What Tamra tells Kelly is that Bronwyn brought up the fight and that Bronwyn started everyone trashing Kelly. And Tamra says, I was so uncomfortable with that I had to get up and call you because everyone had something bad to say about you. Now, Kelly's very gullible, suggestible, and she feels very betrayed right now, and she probably was just in an emotional state. She calls up Bronwyn. And Bronwyn is like, I 100% did not bring it up. I was telling them what had happened. I was not the one who brought it up. And she's like, why would you do that to me? Why would you do that? And Tamra takes the phone and she's telling Bronwyn, take a breath. Take a breath.
That's what set me off.
She's gaslighting her.
She's gaslighting
to the max.
her.
Take a breath. Take a breath. And she's like, I'm not going to get steamrolled. I am not going to get... She's like, you're not getting steamrolled because the truth is the truth is the truth. You're lying, Bronwyn.
I hope that karma rears its head and bites that bitch in the ass.
This is awful. Awful. So they call Bronwyn. Bronwyn's like hysterical. She's at home with her children. Now they've turned Kelly against her.
I feel bad for Bronwyn.
And I feel bad for Kelly too because Kelly looks
really
hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
and
then,
you keep going, but you think Shannon's confused by all this.
Shannon is backing up Tamra's version of events because I think Shannon is a little bit in La La Land. Like, I'm giving Shannon this much benefit of the doubt because I think Shannon is very close to Tamra. And you know how some people, they're like, yeah, that's what happened. Tamra's very convincing. She's like, she brought it up. She did this. She did that. And so Kelly's looking at them like, oh. And then Shannon says, like, we wanted to talk to you as your friends. The things you're saying, they bring up the thing about Vicky and the funeral. And Kelly's like, it was a joke. Okay, I was being facetious. And Tamra goes, I know. I told her it was just a joke.
She is so bad.
Tamra's the one who started this whole thing.
And she didn't tell her it was just a joke.
She never once said.
She made a big to-do. She made a big
everyone.
Oops.
She made a big deal to Shannon, and then she made a big deal to Vicky.
You are a vile person. Shannon kind of annoyed me too. Her faux concern. Oh, I didn't see it as a joke.
Shannon, I think, was made to believe that it was so much meaner than it really was. So I think Shannon is like, death is not something that should be joked about. If she heard it, I think she would probably still say it wasn't nice, but I think she's given the impression that it was a lot worse. And then Kelly gets this talking head about how they don't understand her humor. She's like, you have to be smart to get, what's the thing? Yeah, sarcasm.
I like Kelly.
I mean, I felt that. That was pretty funny. But then Kelly is getting really upset because they're like, we're here as your friend. She's like, no, you're not. I'm tired of everyone attacking me.
It's true.
They are attacking her. They are. And now Shannon has to leave because Shannon has to go to her kids' play. And I feel like Tamara's going to turn on Shannon. She has this look in her eye. Like, yeah, run along now.
She is
just pulling the strings.
I hope you're not asked back.
She is a snake. A snake and a half. And I don't even like Bronwyn. Although Bronwyn grew on me, I don't think Bronwyn's a bad person. She just irritates me. But I don't think Bronwyn's malicious at all. And nor do I think Shannon's malicious. Tamra is so malicious. Such a snake. Such a snake.
So sick. She's sick.
That was the way she
Take a breath.
She completely lied about everything. And then made Bronwyn look crazy. A lie is a lie is a lie.
Take a breath.
Yep, the truth is the truth, Bronwyn. Take a breath. Like you're caught. It's okay. and then acting like the joke. Oh, I know, it was just a joke, Kelly. I don't know what everyone's deal is.
After you made Vicky cry.
And then Tamra's insisting. She's bringing her receipts to the reunion. This is all bad editing.
You know what, Tamra? I really hope this is your last season.
I'm done. I am done with this woman. I don't like this. And it's reminding me a lot of the behavior on Beverly Hills when they act really vile and do terrible things that are so obviously orchestrated.
Yeah.
This is like, I am not buying that Tamara just doesn't remember what she said.
No,
she
no,
looks like...
She's evil.
Shannon is the one that I think is just like a little bit of like, what?
Yeah.
No, what? She's like confusing the two fights. She's confusing the bar fight with this. And then Kelly's like, you guys need to shut up about that because it's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And she admits, yes, something happened. I defended myself. I'm sure she's saying that for legal reasons of self-defense. Yeah, she did hurt the lady's hand in the whole thing with Dr. Reagan. But she's telling them, like, what kind of friends are you that you're bringing this up on camera? And she says to Tamara, that's when she starts to get suspicious because Shannon says, she tells Shannon, why are you bringing that up? She's like, Tamara brought it up.
Tamara.
That's why I think as soon as Shannon gets up from the table, that Tamara's going to go in for the kill because now Shannon is kind of like unwittingly kind of exposing her by saying, you brought it up.
Yeah.
She did bring it up. And that's when Kelly's really, oh my gosh. Okay, I don't hate Bronwyn, but I feel like Bronwyn is really oblivious when it comes to coming up with activities that she can do with her pal Emily. Like, really, do you think Emily wants to go paddleboarding? Emily even says, I was hoping you'd cancel because it's cold.
The one thing I will say is that I am impressed that Emily is gung-ho about doing these things, although maybe she's just forced to because of Bravo.
Yes.
But why can't she be the one to...
Bronwyn is very athletic and good at this stuff, and Emily just is not. I'm like Emily. I cannot do anything athletic.
No.
And also, Emily has been very open about struggling with her weight. So, of course, Bronwyn's like, let's get in swimsuits and stand up on pals and balance. And Emily's having a really hard time. And Bravo edits a split screen where they show Emily struggling, and Bronwyn's like,
woohoo. I had a really hard time with the paddleboarding scene and the scene that followed because all I was thinking about is how stupid paddleboarding is. It just looks stupid.
Yeah, not my thing. Not my thing.
Stupid.
But then they get back onto dry land. Makes me feel better because I was worried about Emily. And Bronwyn tells Emily what happened. That Tamara had called her and said that she brought up this fight with Dr. Reagan. And Emily remembers what happened. Emily's like, you talked about it, but you were trying to mitigate what everyone else was saying. And Emily gives Bronwyn some really good advice.
So good.
She's like, you have to stop putting yourself down and saying, yeah, I'm pretentious, I'm an asshole. Because Bronwyn, if you don't stand up for yourself, they will eat you alive. You have got to stand up for yourself. And it occurred to me that Tamara is behaving just like Bronwyn's mother. Dr. Deb is the same kind of like toxic person who makes you feel crazy.
Can't you hear her saying, take a breath?
Yep,
take a breath, honey.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Honey.
You know, the truth is the truth is the truth. She did that to Bronwyn when Bronwyn said, you brought my kids around the woman I hate.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's on you. Lovesick people. So I feel like Bronwyn in that moment where Tamara was behaving like that got really flustered and triggered because it's her childhood and she didn't know how to stick up for herself, but I feel like Emily's giving her the strength she needs, and I'm so happy.
I love Emily.
Emily then says, because Bronwyn's like, I would love to do dinner because I really don't want Kelly to be upset with me. And Emily's like, well, I remember what happened, and I will have your back. And Bronwyn says in her talking head, Emily's a lawyer, and Emily was sober. I am so happy. Good. Because now Tamara, now Tamara is not going to be able to get out of this. Well, Tamara, in your words, the truth is the truth is the truth. Take a breath.
And your husband is gay.
I like this scene with Shannon and her kids. It was funny. It was very real life. Shannon's telling Sophie to call her other daughters down, and Sophie's yelling. She's like, I can yell too, Sophie. Get your fanny off the chair and go get him. But Sophie yells anyway. They come down. You're so annoying. Why do you yell my name? Oh. So the girls are spending 1 week on, 1 week off with David, and the oldest is complaining because she's like, I'm going to be 18 in a month. Why can't I stay home alone? And Shannon is like, because this is the most dangerous time. And she is right. She says, like, this is when you got to watch your kids like a hawk. And she pulls out a drug test. And she's like, me drug testing you gives you an out. If somebody's like, hey, take this pill, smoke this pot, you could say, oh, I got this crazy ass mom who drug tests me.
That's
smart. That's smart.
It is smart.
She's being a good mom.
Were you ever drug tested by your parents?
No.
No, my brother was.
They never had reason
Often.
to. They knew I was too scared to do drugs.
Oh, you gave
I would have
them
failed the
reason.
breathalyzer, though.
I would have too.
Which she
Oh,
says she
God.
has, which I believe. And when she says she's a stricter parent than David, I would think that's accurate, given the photos.
I'm disgusted by the photos.
You have been warned, if you have not seen the photos of David Beador and his, whatever she is, I guess his girlfriend, don't look them up. Okay? I will tell you what it is.
I would have, honestly, though, I would have preferred a sex tape.
It is so weird. They
So
were
weird.
hiking in Italy, and I don't know who took the photo, if they put their camera on a timer, but David has no
You
clothes
just sounded
on.
like her. They put their camera on a timer.
David has no clothes on. The girlfriend has no clothes on, but her pants are around her ankles, and they're locked in an embrace. It is the weirdest thing.
so
It looks like
weird.
a paparazzi photo. Now,
No, it does. But I guess, but like a very staged
yes,
one.
yes. I mean, to me,
David Beador.
do whatever you want at your private time. But they posted this on Instagram. I don't even have the words. It is sick and twisted.
It's
You
just-
have daughters. What are you doing?
It's bizarre. It is. You know what? It's very high school.
It's sick. These are middle-aged people posing as though they're like the lovers that are on their balcony on vacation and the paparazzi got them.
But they're in like the woods. They're in front of a house.
David and your girlfriend, you are not Brad and Angelina. This is not like when Jennifer Aniston was all over the tabloids and they were snapping pictures of Brangelina. You are a couple of losers that nobody cares about and you're screaming for attention. And by the way,
Was
this
she
woman
the
that he's
one?
with,
Yeah.
she keeps saying like, Bravo's talking about us. Oh my God, leave us alone.
Oh,
But then you
she-
post that. And then she writes, LOL, no one cares. And she wrote no one, KNOW, as in no.
Yeah.
So David, you picked a winner. She's smart, charming. I mean,
Well, I think she's much younger than him too. She wants on Bravo. She's the one who posted them, but he
she's
should
always
not
like,
have.
she's always like looking at who looked at her story and then posting that Shannon's boyfriend looked at it. Yeah, everybody looked at it because that is her children's father. Yes, she looked at it. What do you think? Like, that's like, oh my God, leave us alone. Well, maybe you shouldn't be posting
Maybe
pictures of
just-
yourselves naked.
Psycho.
Unbelievable.
I don't like any of this. I
Thank
don't
God
like
they
these
have
people.
Shannon. Shannon's a good mom.
I like Shannon.
He must have lost his mind.
I think so. I think it started with the midlife crisis.
I maybe wouldn't be so hard on him if he just like, you know, quietly was starting over with another person. But to post this stuff, that is just...
I feel bad for those kids. Just after they had the whole drug talk,
I'd do drugs if my dad
I
did
would.
that.
I would be very disturbed.
He needs help. And that woman is a menace.
She wants to be a housewife. I bet.
Another date from hell for Emily and Shane. I mean,
He needs to go. Just go. I mean, I know it's...
this is not just the usual being snarky and immature.
No, and she keeps referring to them as jokes, but they're not
No, it's
jokes.
not a joke. It's
like
passive
abuse.
aggressive,
They're
emotional
jabs.
abuse. Yep.
And the look on her face is so upsetting to me.
Emily, this is not just, oh, I took up a hobby and you don't respect it. This is, her health is in danger. She is very overweight. She keeps saying that she gained 20 pounds
And it
in
affects
8
her
months.
self-esteem, too. And he's shutting her down.
But she has the arthritis.
Yeah.
She just had surgery. It was on Instagram.
Oh, she did. That's
yeah,
right.
like she needs to lose the weight, not just for vanity reasons. She says, like, I want to be healthy for my children. I want to be able to play with them in the park. And I totally respect what she's doing. And she goes out with him and she's ordering healthy. She's like, I'll have protein and vegetables. I'm not going to eat fries and risotto and bread. And he's like, come on, have a little bread. Have a little bread. Come on. You know you want it. You want bread? Oh, I think we'll have fries. Those are delicious. I mean, you know, Shane, what?
He can't even read her. It was so sad.
He knows. He knows that she's hurt. He
And
doesn't
can't
care.
Stop. You're a sicko.
He's such an asshole. This is horrible. It's indefensible. It's not just, oh, he's just an idiot and, you know, he's oblivious. He knows what he's doing. She keeps saying, stop it, that her health is affected, and he's intentionally ordering things for the table.
And that look on her face.
He's basically making fun of her for being fat. Like, yeah, oh, fries, right? That is so horrible.
I hate him. I hate him.
I'm really mad. I know. And then she says, like, can we go back to couples counseling? You know, he has a point only in that he's saying, like, we did go and then you stopped going. Like, you didn't show up. You'd cancel the appointments. Okay. But you can explain that in a kinder way.
No,
like,
exactly.
Emily, I'm willing to give it another try.
She's
but,
a
like,
child.
you know, are you really committed to it? Because we did it before. Like, will you really go this time? But he should be willing to do whatever it takes. And he's shutting her down left and right. And then in her talking head, she's just broken down crying. She's like, it's 10 years of this, dealing with the way he talks to me, and I have little kids.
Get rid of him, Emily. Please. For me.
You know what, Emily? I'm proud of you.
I am too. I really like Emily, and I like that she has a trainer.
I really think it takes a lot to put yourself on national television and open up about your struggles with arthritis and your weight and be with all these skinny bitches of Orange County and have to deal with that and be friends with Bronwyn, who's showing off her freaking dancer's body all the time. She takes a lot of crap.
Yeah.
And she's willing to go paddleboarding. She's willing to do the sexy dance in Vegas. She does all this stuff just for her idiot husband to be like, here, have some bread. Here, you know you want it. Here's the steak, doggy. Shane?
Rot.
Oh, happy day. Tamra is off in Scottsdale with Eddie, and they're hiking, and in her absence, the ladies are uniting. So Bronwyn and Kelly get to this restaurant first. They're having dinner. And Kelly immediately wants to talk about what happened. She's like, I was really upset. Bronwyn's like, well, the other ladies are going to be here soon. I'm so glad Bronwyn is taking Emily's advice, and she's not just like, I'm sorry. Nope. Wait for your lawyer to come.
Yep.
Wait for your lawyer to come. Emily very quickly shuts this whole thing down. Kelly sees the reality. Kelly says in her talking head she feels terrible that she yelled at Bronwyn, that she reacted, and that she sees now that Bronwyn totally had her back.
And I have to say, first of all, that I was kind of surprised and pleased that Kelly was able to just accept that right off the bat. I thought she might get defensive at first.
I didn't, because I feel like Kelly she's a loose cannon, but she admits when she's wrong.
Yes, she does.
And I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So then Bronwyn says, by the way, Tamara's the one who started the whole train thing. And Kelly never knew that this whole time. And Tamara knows that Kelly's blaming Vicky. Vicky ruined my life. Vicky spread this vicious train rumor about me. They're there at Miraval, and Vicky's in the room, and Tamara hears this. And Kelly says, I had no idea that Tamara was the one this entire time spinning that whole thing.
She was the one, although I did feel like the two of them were in it together.
Oh, they were, but Tamara pushed it more than anybody. Tamara had the party on the train.
She was the first one to say
Remember the
train.
bees?
Yeah.
The bees are going at it. She's like, they're pulling a train.
Yeah.
Tamara pushed that thing to the limit. Now Kelly sees that. And then Emily says, you know, when Gina was mad at me, this is so funny. It's like they're all being debriefed after an experiment where they've all been duped.
Yeah.
They're like, well. She's like, when Gina was mad at me over that date that didn't go well, the first person she talked to was Tamara. And Tamara, instead of facilitating healing, puts it in her head that it was a pity date.
Yeah.
So they're all like, doom, 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 doom. And Shannon is sinking into her tequila.
Oh my God.
I am very uncomfortable. This is a very close friend of mine. Oh. Kelly turns to Shannon, and poor Shannon. Here it comes.
I felt so bad.
She goes, don't think for a second that girl has your back. She is two-faced. She talks a lot of shit about you. Hours and hours and hours. About me? She talks about me? Oh, yeah. All the time. That you gain weight. Then they show the flashback. When Kelly was at that restaurant with Shannon and Tamara, where they were preparing for battle, that whole bit, Shannon's in the shot going out the door. And Tamara turns to Kelly and she's like, she came in here wanting me to go after you, and I just couldn't do it. So then Kelly's upset and they go outside, and Kelly's like, maybe I should tell her she's obnoxious when she calls me at 3 a.m. drunk. And she's like, yeah, you should. It's the truth. And then she tells Shannon, now that we're back in the present moment, oh yeah, and she called Gina and she's like, yeah, let's all get a room together. We're going to go on vacation, the three of us. Just worse and worse and worse. But the weight thing, I think, is the one that really
and Shannon admitted to it. She goes, and I have gained weight, and I have spoken to Tamara about it.
She opened up to her that she's upset about gaining weight, and Tamara blurted it. Wow.
And that text.
Then she brings up that she said Shannon faked the injury. She texted Kelly this video of a woman faking an injury in court, making fun of Shannon.
And that, you know what?
Everything.
I just can't believe that Kelly just kept all that to herself. The stuff that Tamara would say about Shannon.
Because the thing is, I feel like Kelly is not the shit stirrer that Tamara is. People say things and she's just like, whatever. You know? She's not like this with Shannon where she feels obligated to report everything back to Shannon.
Yeah.
She hears it. Okay, well. But then if you want to know, yeah, she talks shit about you all the time. Kelly will admit it. Kelly will say, yeah, I talked about you.
In the moment, she will.
Tamara's the one who tells you that you're crazy and you should take a breath.
Tamara
the truth is the truth.
A monster. She is a true monster. Tamara reminds me of Angela Lansbury in The Manchurian Candidate.
Kelly gets a talking head after they drop this bomb on poor Shannon where she says something, and it just reminded me of Judge Janine. We have Vicky, who is a pig, and Tamara, who is a snake.
I feel like she would say, we have Vicky the pig and Tamara the snake.
It sounds like something she'd say about Nancy Pelosi
Oh,
and Adam
absolutely.
Schiff.
Absolutely.
Then they're all like, so what do we do? And Shannon's like, I'm proud of myself because Shannon Storms Beador last year would be in tears and I'm fighting that back. I want to know what her drunken 3 a.m. calls are about, though.
They're tears. There are a lot of tears. David Beador, I'm sure.
Well, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Shannon says she's going to have a talk with Tamara about all of this.
And you said they're still friends?
They are still friends, as far as I know. Who knows, though? The reunion might change that. Those reunions can have lasting damage. But then Emily goes, she's never going to change. Like, this is who she is, and that's the truth. You know that story that people love to tell? It's sort of like a fable. It's overused. Trump uses it a lot to talk about certain things, but like the frog and the scorpion.
Yeah.
The frog gives the scorpion a ride across, and why did you sting me?
That's what we do.
It's my nature. That's Tamara. Why did you bite me? Why did you talk behind my back? It's my nature.
Oops.
Evil.
I'm tired.
I know. And speaking of evil, I know there's a lot of Housewives of OC news. Something about Sophie Beador got into college, and it's supposedly a very religious school, and
that surprises
they're
me.
worried about her. I think they're making a bigger deal of it on social media than is warranted.
Who's worried about?
People are talking about it, that it's just not a good fit for her. She's very sheltered, and it's not going to be a good environment for her.
Because there are some...
It's been the kind of place where the boys think no is a 3-letter word. So, oh well.
That was a good way to describe it.
I got that from a very old movie.
Oh, really?
Kiss Me Deadly.
Oh,
the guy picks up Cloris Leachman and she won't tell him what's wrong. And he's like, what's the matter, baby? Some guy think no was a 3-letter word.
Of course that's where you picked it up.
I couldn't take the credit for it. Meghan King Edmonds.
I don't know what's
going on. What the fuck is Meghan? She's getting divorced and she went out with friends and her husband called the cops on her just to torture her.
I think that's he just to torture her. I don't know. I didn't really read in about it.
I heard the cops said that they have...
She was fine.
Yeah, there's no question she's a good parent. He's torturing her.
He's been dreadful from the start.
Wow,
frankly.
well, man tortures me. Who the fuck is Meghan? It's supposed to be my recap.
Yeah,
it's not on the show.
Me.
The fuck is Meghan? That's that. We will see what happens next week. It looks like Tamara's going to pull the same gaslighting shit on Shannon.
Yep.
Oh, well.
And pray for Martha and her new baby.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you're so inclined. If you haven't, leave us a comment. We love to hear from you. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at UnKind TV. We share some funny stuff on there. We love you.